Ma me fana say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV de osia dem yopo.
Ye mobibia akwaba eba PENDREAM TV. Mugabe Maase ede ensembi atudwa a wakyerɛ sɛ nkrata bi aba abɔnten a Dr. Kaletus Mahama ensa ehyasie na ensema ewa krata no mu nyina kyerɛ sɛ all MMDCs emfa omo adwuma emra na wiye na foforo emetwa so ensembi ka we hu na Mugabe Maase ede atudwa ka me ho na entie ne nsɛm no enkyire mu ansa na ebekɔ no subscribe to channel no Dawaje nkyere wa comment section ho like na share dwumadi no ma afoforo ensa enkabi
statement e ba ye ekyere se opanyi a wono na ye twetwefo opanyi edema ye president of the Republic of Ghana Dr. Kaletus Mahama ne nsa ehyase ekyere se all MMDCs yetumu ajiwomu adwuma no na bi omaye do na enum anu no omonko na afoforo nso emra na ansana excellency ebeyi afoforo amomo aye adwuma no say coordinating directors of the various DAs no omo adirect omo say eja omo azumu responsibility as acting chief executives until say omo be make substantive appointment or sa areas ni nyina na che say Dr. Kaletus Mahama kura PhD nyeni patua secretary to the president ono ne sama ono so the abkrata de aba bonten eno no ya krata no ya copy the vice president of office of the president Jubilee House Accra, the chief of staff office of the president Jubilee House Accra. Ya sabia make say there you say with immediate effect nature say e buy no na we sampan kra na office ya baby we san bibi kra uduru ho na ejai system no masay no mo wia wo man no nti system no masay no nya fe na adwuma bone ya maye no yes aba betua mo January katua nti mo kofie away bus obi akofie metna office wo emma excuse bia so obi akofie Dr. Kaletus the capacity as a secretary to the president, capacity secretary to the president so obi akofie finish ya wie energy sector hono de wo esun ye papa chesa ban a wo mokoi bone dwirim ye wo de o man we yafa so no na chese enyasem ketua enei anupai His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ene penifo sinkonya ewo Jubilee House ye he ne koso.
The energy sector is another area in which this outgoing administration has mismanaged in a major way. They've kept the lights on at the expense of accruing a very huge debt. That debt is being audited, and so far we're looking at $2.5 billion. The energy sector needs urgent surgery. Urgent surgery. Otherwise, it can collapse everything. And so when the Minister of Finance says the economy is turning around, you have a $2.5 billion debt. Your bailout is only $3 billion. And so $2.5 billion debt sitting and breathing, you know, and you say the economy is turning around, that alone can crash everything that has been done. And so they want to create a more upbeat, you know, story about the economic management before they leave office. But like I said, we're going to open the books when we come and let Ghanaians know what the true situation is. Because if Ghanaians understand what the true situation is, then they will understand some of the measures we have to take to bring things back to normal. Yeah. And so we would expect, you know, if we can cooperate with you.
I know you can do the job. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and you have started very well. Honorable Felix Kwachu Ofosu, ya wono so and a spokesperson Edema, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama no, ono so Ewen Simbia, ono so ene yenuya Honorable John Jinapo, you are member of Parliament for Yapekusugo in the Savannah region of the Republic of Ghana, Edin Kitahon, Yenti Honorable Felix and Honorable John Jinapo.
We came here because the West African Gas Pipeline Company informed about some planned maintenance activity that has to be done on the gas pipeline that runs from Nigeria and brings gas to Ghana. This, as they informed, is a critical maintenance after a certain number of hours and period of running to ensure the integrity of the pipeline. Now, this work requires that the pipeline that the portion which sends gas to power plants in Tema will be shut down for the period. The period they need to do the maintenance is about 1 month. Now, because the gas that they supply to Tema plants in Tema is going to be shut down, it is needful that we get some liquid fuels for some of the plants in Tema to run so that we continue to have adequate supply even during the period of the pigging. What we came to inform the government is that yes, there are some liquid fuels, but it's not enough to cover for the period of the pigging. And so efforts have to be made to get enough volumes of the liquid fuel so that that critical maintenance can go on as planned. So this is what we came to inform the government.
That is precisely what has happened. Government has been briefed in order to address the situation, because we know that it is pretty urgent. A technical committee has been set up that has representatives from all the key players in the management of Ghana's energy sector, and they have up until the close of day today to put before government a roadmap on what exactly needs to be done and how it can be done. So you can rest assured that government is taking the matter seriously and will do what has to be done in order to avert any difficulty for the people of Ghana. It needs to be stressed that the pigging exercise, or if you like, the maintenance exercise on the pipeline, should have been carried out in October of last year. Government then, the MPP government, requested that they shift it to January 20th in order that they will have sufficient time to procure the alternative fuels, that is the liquid oils, to power the thermal plants within the period that gas will not be available. At least in about 2 national security briefings that the then president-elect held with the present government, he asked about the status of the procurement of oils, and he was given firm assurance by the then government that they had put mechanisms in place to resolve the situation, that there will not be the difficulty that we are talking about today. It does appear that that promise was not kept, and therefore the responsibility has shifted to the present government. But President Mahama is alive to the task, and adequate responses will be fashioned to address this particular concern.
Well, it's the Chief of Staff who has instructed us. He says we should report to him by close of today. So we have to report to him by close of today. If it means staying till midnight, that's what we'll do. We've already constituted a team, and so we'll start work immediately. We have some 2 meetings with His Excellency. Yep. Once those meetings are done, we'll move straight to work on the technical work. So that should be done.
Very well. That was Honorable Felix Kwachi and Honorable John Jinapo, we in our office. His Excellency ne office our cantonment and we in etumi ekoso ene anopen to set up committee a omo eba behwem na che so here maintenance work na say ekoso October 2024 no ekufado amoma anye ama adahwa motweba January na che say dum so no ma hyehya ato ho nti mu se na enema nkoyi nti ebeto aba nyina mu no na dum so ne ba na eba dum so ne ba na eba na so His Excellency John Dramani Mahama you say the task ahead no very 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 tough na ono so yenim de otumi he will fix it to make sure say Ghanaians will enjoy electricity in their homes.
Yet one ensem so no. Osaka ensem bi efa nema ekoso Ablekumanov a wache se menti me ho ase bi ekoso ewo MPP fo ene amanyaso bedwa akonya na omokenkan no yenti se ne ochie ne nsemu.
Sabre yadani ni asade ni ache electoral commission office ni akwakofa ni ekoso ewo Ablekumanov rasebedwa akonya no se ni ekoso akenkaya ekoso ni nyina no mente me ho ase bi asante asi ho a MPP fo na dwa na ni nyina mu no ebekwa akwesi awieye ye de ni kire wo ye ba ye ni o sinadoye ebesi nkonya na ya digest issues ni nyina yenko EC office. Semfonia we nyina electoral commission office wo eno no de ekoso ho nyina no mente me ho ase bi asante asi mo ho a so far no omo akoleti a year 6 out of a year 7 a year polling stations I just say aka 1 na omo awie na o kire se MPP for pink sheet bi omo di bebudo mu ho no a kire se pink sheet ni nyina no different signatures na ewo so nya de se NDC fuyi ewrabna obin ne mrate ne maba wai omo begya atum ne agya atum okina na de ekoso ewo ho eno no nti NDC fo no yeni abre yeni wo power o yeni abre ya wiata so se ade anya wo de ade nya de ayede ebema wo na wa wo he de ekoso we ya ablekuma na ofo omo deserve better oso omo atoaba de ama obi a ya boni din ade clear ne winner na wanya yisi fun na oda so ne nan se koye reconciliation ni ekeka ho a na che se enye asempa ti de ekoso ni nyina no eye de ekoso yenkoye yenkotie de ekoso
in talks with the returning officer to see the way forward, whether they will be able to declare these results today or they have to suspend the process. I think for the 5th time, if I'm not lying, I think for the very 5th time, it appears this is going to be suspended again. They are trying to verify the figures they have and if the outstanding 3 polling stations, whether it's enough for them to declare.
Na yisi for the person mu wiem na so NDC for no resist enye adwuma na enye adwuma tina tisi serebo one way returning officer obeye den ewo sabri baby edure serebo obeye den serebo obeye den wa ha serebo obeye den sisi ade na oba abeye ewo baby e kenka ya be si eto aba wa ablekuma nofo na de aba yisi office ne mu ye bia obi a mosi mu ni pink sheet no ene de monya pink sheet munafiki fo ene de monya pink sheet ebe kamo makoma adwuma boni a mabo wo electoral commission hoyi ebe kamo makoma munyuma pa ya moye no ya mebe fa so no de atua moka se nyuma moye ye ne papa mo benya papa so akatua adwuma moye ne boni so akatua no de be mamu ba bonfo ti o ma we ma so ensefon so sa not it and not this administration. Some phone in various government institutions will be to one or sabotage system no now or yenny or no office a be favor no and yet you may be a to finish. Ye did the echo
as well as the NDC organizer, you could see them chatting and smiling as if they were not fighting earlier. It was very heated some few seconds ago, and right now even see the NPP agent standing so relaxed, watching the NDC organizers speak and smile with the returning officer and Dr. Tolerå. And he also wants to smile too, but you see he's just trying to pretend as though he's not enjoying the conversation going on. But these two individuals are very interesting. You could see you see they understand the game they are all playing. And they in the next minute you see them arguing and throwing blows, and it's very surprising to see the NPP agent and also that of the NDC agent smiling to each other now. Meanwhile, a while ago you saw them fighting. So in short, you see the NPP PC AQF agents walk in to the coalition center and not smiling to anybody. She looks very focused. She's going back again, and obviously she's not a happy woman with regards to all that is happening, because her colleagues, she could have been one of the people who would have been inducted into office yesterday, but unfortunately, because this has not ended, she still doesn't know her fate, whether she's going to be confirmed the winner or otherwise. Obviously, I also saw Irabna Obin yesterday at the Independence Square, though looking happy. You could see deep down in her heart she wished this coalition has ended and either she was also declared a winner so that she can join the other MPs to celebrate. But these two candidates, or these two individuals, continue to remain candidates for their two parties, the NDC and the MPP. And I've not seen Obin here, but AQF just walked in trying to find out from the EC national executives, what exactly is holding them, what is preventing them from going ahead to do the declaration, trying to get some briefing from her agents representing her, and trying to listen attentively what exactly is happening. Whilst on the same table, you see Dr. Tolerå also talking to the NDC Director of Election, and you see how cheerful they all look around the table. But it appears that this thing is going to be suspended again for the 5th time, because so far the figures that are standing now, we are told, is so much that they cannot call the election for any of the candidates. So let's see the NDC and the MPP agents trying to walk. Okay, they've just moved out of the building smiling together, but earlier on you saw them throwing blows at each other. But now the police did a great job by trying to ensure some orderliness here. So as we speak, the people that were some few minutes ago fighting are now back trying to make peace with each other. Very interesting environment we find ourselves in here. In 1 minute you see these same people fighting, other minute you see them smiling and chatting among themselves and shaking hands and hugging each other. It means that those watching us from outside should be rest assured that this is just politics, and with politics we don't fight, we only argue. After arguments you come back together and work for the good of the entire nation. I'm sure even Irabna Obin and then that of Ikria Efie are very good friends, but they all are looking for opportunity to serve Mother Ghana, and you can see how authentic Ikria Efie is focused on the PC, trying to understand what has transpired in her absence. It is one country, one Ghana. So the politicians you see heckling and fighting and shouting and throwing blows at each other, it's not real. It's not real. They are just doing this to ensure that they capture the power that they want to serve Mother Ghana. It's just in the interest of the entire country that they do that, but nothing bad attached to it. The process is still on hold, trying to see the way forward. So earlier you heard us speak to the Greater Accra Regional Director of the EC, speaking to us earlier, telling us that she was just trying to protect the pink sheet. Let's listen to the NDC now trying to speak to us.
So the first polling station is C161105B. The total voter population in that polling station is 411. The second polling station that the PO also came and said cannot confirm what is on the pink sheet, on the scanned pink sheet, is C161204. That polling station also has a total voter population of 188. The third polling station that the PO said it cannot confirm is C161205A. The total voter population of that polling station is 403. So the total of these 3 polling stations sum up to 1,002. We in the NDC claim we won the elections with over 300 votes. The MPP illegally with their pink sheets, with their scanned pink sheets, also says they are winning with 411. So with this,
we have never said we have won the election with 411.
The media, you were here. The media, you were here when they are parliamentary candidates.
414. It's 440. We never measured 411.
So thank you. He said the MPP parliamentary candidates said they won with 415. So 414. So with the outstanding 1,002, there is no way you can make a declaration. So with this, what this means is that we cannot come back to the table again, because all the presiding officers cannot confirm the figures of these polling stations. So the EC should give us a finality today, because we cannot come here again. We've exhausted all the channels. They've used their POs, they've used memory, they've used experience, they've used whatever. Today, if Kenike, if out there.
What option are you looking at? Well, so that is the organizer for the NDC trying to explain to us what we are currently waiting for the AC to address us. So he's saying that they have some three outstanding police stations that they are yet to get or collate their figures, and when we put all those three together, we are going to have 1,002 from all the three polling stations. And the NDC claims they won the election with some over 300 votes, while the NPP also says they've won the election with some over 400 votes. So with the three outstanding polling stations and the figures totaling some 1,002, it makes it impossible for the Electoral Commission to go ahead and declare the election in favor of either the NDC or the NPP. Hence, it's impossible. They want the EC to come forward and make a declaration on the way forward, because they are not willing to come here again. I think this is a fifth time should the EC go ahead and give us an official announcement on the suspension of this coalition exercise. This is going to be the fifth time. We are waiting patiently for the Electoral Commission to officially communicate to us on the way forward now. You could see the returning officer is not on his seat now. You've also seen that the Dr. Shibo is in talk with some of the other officials. So the Greater Accra Regional EC Director is talking to the returning officer, trying to find out from the returning officer what the challenge is now. Because all the returning officers, they said they were looking forward to come and confirm what they have. They've all showed up and they've tried to verify. It's only one person who says that he's unable to confirm the pink sheets brought before him. So as it stands now, the EC is still in a fix, trying to identify the way forward now, whether they are going to have a rerun in the three polling stations remaining. I've seen Ekwe trying to also engage the regional EC director as to what is happening. So the regional EC director initially also coming forward to talk to us about why she carried the pink sheet and hid it under the table, explain herself that initially they've destroyed some of the pink sheet already. So the best thing for her to do is to snatch that pink sheet we saw her holding, hide it under the table to prevent it from being destroyed. So it's not a case that she was trying to swap or hid it from anybody, but she did that only to protect the pink sheets from being destroyed again, because some other pink sheets have already been destroyed, and that brought so much challenge to the Electoral Commission. So she wants to set the record straight, because what we saw her do was not that she was trying to steal or swap the pink sheet, but she was just trying to protect the pink sheet. So she admits that indeed she took the pink sheet and she hid the pink sheet, but the reason behind it was for her to protect the pink sheet from being destroyed. Now you see her in picture with the returning officer trying to find an amicable solution going forward, because now we are told there are some 3 polling stations outstanding, and those 3 polling stations sum up to 1,002. These according to the NDC. 3 outstanding police stations, which police stations, if you put the figures together, amount to some 1,002. And both parties have also said they've won the election with less than 500 votes. NDC says they've won the election with some 300 votes, and then the NPP says they've won with some 400 and so votes. So the 1,000 votes in the 3 outstanding police stations can make a great difference. Hence, the EC cannot call the election for either the NDC or the NPP. Now, this has left the NPP PC very worried. She came in not too long ago, but she doesn't look happy. From the look on her face, she's very disturbed, very not very dissatisfied with the entire process that is going on now, and she cannot wait to hear what the AC has to say going forward. So right now, the entire process has come to a standstill. Nobody is saying anything to anybody. Is left with the agent to just speak to the media from time to time. They are all holding on peacefully and patiently.
Just today, the confirmation we are getting is that we have only 5 hours of fuel stock. If you look at heavy fuel oil and distillate fuel, we don't have up to 2 days. And so in 2 days' time, we are likely to run out of fuel. This administration has not ordered any fuel as we speak. And it takes on average 4 weeks for the fuel to arrive and 4 weeks for the fuel to be treated. And so we are in a very serious situation. At the transition, we brought this up. The outgoing administration assured us that they had procured some parcels of fuel. Today, right after President Mahama assumed office, and I served on the transition, my checks indicate that we do not have fuel that can cater for even 2 days. So clearly we have a major problem. And this is an incoming administration. Even if you order the fuel, like I'm telling you.
Very well, I just said, no, nanado, fuel in Omari. This is a fuel or mining in a Zeno, and Penum, yes, I meeting in the Fis Abri Codia, and I just say 5 hours, no, as soon as and then I will be take you over. Nende. One provided be beyond to Eddie Amano. They say, I do not bonny, oh, Nipabia, I do bonny on Tim Biahuna, I have a moma and in a tico. I do not bonny on Kwan, who mutrim. Yes, I bet any Yamiashidao. I been bonny to my report on. This is no. The also NDC new administration, the also of the Bab Montana term Emagano phone say, Omo di Dumosono Ejamo. The also Moyan say, Mamma put Moody any view. Say what the air the enfant time table be a mabontin away you do me see anyway way a mon far a timetable no magana for as soon as possible. Now more addressing the nation. No be a who challenge your and the choir befaswa. You bet me I the ye bet the and sabe sumnia boys excellency. John Dramani Mahama no to me affects our problem. Nanado a day at 2 eno.
Yeah, dear Kasai Ebetia. Subscribe to channel no. The agent comment session ho. Share Jumadi no ma afofro ensa enkabi.
Debi kama mamena PENDREAM TV ase. Na so far so good. Say open online portal e wo Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.